G'day, my name is Felix and welcome to my little corner of the backrooms. Today we're checking out Start Again. It is a BL Yaoi mystery visual novel that follows a man named Sebastian as he's forced into a game of life or death alongside three strangers. Who put him there? And more importantly, who can he trust? Let's get into it. It was quiet. Silent, noiseless, but not quite tranquil. It was the kind of quiet that became something more, a silence that pierced through the building, tearing it away from reality and pulling it into its own dimension. A quiet that was both terrifying and calming all at once. Silence filled the void where humans used to exist. Now, all that was left was the ghosts of those long gone. But for those lost to humanity regardless, this would be their new haven. Sebastian opened his eyes, surrounded by that silence. Where? His hands found his temples and he massaged gently, trying to ease the pain that had begun to take over his mind. When that didn't work, he first turned to the room he'd found himself in. The room was dark. Whether that was because it was night or because the windows had all been covered, Sebastian didn't know. His eyes scanned everything with growing suspicion. I was at home. How did I get here? That's a great question, buddy. Hopefully we will find out. Is anyone else here? Hello? Nothing stirred in the darkness. All was still. He jumped to his feet and cautiously took a step forward. The floorboards, damaged from what looked like years of battling against the weather, creaked underneath his careful footsteps. Hello? Anyone? No one answered. If there's any ghosts here, I promise I'm not an exorcist. I'm not even sure how I got here, but I don't mean you any harm. I'm just going to leave now, okay? Sebastian walked towards what looked to be the entrance of the house. The door was large and imposing, made of faded wood with deep engravings. Thick scratches ran down the wood. Sebastian took the door handle in his hand and attempted to turn it, but was met with a loud click instead. Locked. Oh god, Miss Ghost Lady, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to encroach on your territory, and I really want to leave. Like, really? So please, would you let me out? I'll never come back, and I'll make sure no one ever disturbs you. I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I promise I don't taste good. Look, I'm way too skinny and I have no meat on my bones. Maybe you don't eat humans? You want to take over my body? Is that it? I'm sorry, but I really need it. Maybe we can share if you let me go? Sebastian stumbled backwards, eyes flicking all over the room until the back of his legs hit a small packing box. It was taped shut. Small packing box? Oh, there's something in there. Sebastian crouched down and put his ear to the box. It was moving from side to side slightly, and a muffled sound came from within. Help me. Sorry? Is there a person in the box? Come on, Sebastian. You've watched a horror movie or two. Is the ghost more likely to curse me if I open the box, or if I leave her in there? Okay, I'm opening it. Here goes nothing. With one swift movement, he ripped the duct tape from the top of the box and pulled open the flaps. Inside was a little girl with hair almost as pale as the moon, sitting there, huddled into a ball, with tears in the corners of her eyes. She did seem to be a ghost. Oh my god, she's so cute, dude. Look! She looks like a little doll. Why was she in a box? What the hell? Are you okay? No. Where am I? I don't know. I just woke up over there. Oh. Come on, let's get you out of this box, okay? Sebastian held out his hand and silently prayed she wasn't a ghost. When her hand met his, instant relief washed over him. Okay, not a ghost. I thought you were a ghost. Wait, you're not, are you? The little girl shook her head, her long hair flowing from side to side. Okay, that's good. Well, my name's Sebastian. What about you? My name is Nini. Okay. It's nice to meet you, Nini. I'm not sure how we got here, but it's about time we left, don't you think? Nini nodded her head, using her sleeve to wipe the tears out of the corners of her eyes at the same time. Let's take a look around the room, alright? Maybe there's other people here? Or if there's not, why is it just the two of us? Sebastian couldn't help but cringe with each step the two took around the room. The creaks and groans echoed through the house. If anyone, or anything, was nearby, it would have been heard easily by now. Sheets laid across much of the furniture, and dust laid across the sheets. Whoever had once lived here had left quite some time ago. Mr. Sebastian? Yeah? I think there's someone over there. Nini pointed into a dark corner of the room. Dated pieces of furniture concealed whatever was hidden over there. How do you know? I thought I heard someone say something. Why didn't I hear anything? Okay, well I'd love to look, but now I'm suddenly thinking about the ghost thing again. There's no ghosts here, silly. Ghosts aren't real. Whoa there, little lady. What do you mean? Of course ghosts are real. Really? Yes, it was the summer of '64 when I met my first ghost. Well, not that old. No. Okay, I may have never met a ghost, but I'm certain this is a haunted house. How can you know? It has all the telltale signs. 1, strange noises. That was me, though. 2, all the doors are locked. Couldn't someone else have locked them? 3, it's way too cold in here. Isn't it the middle of winter? And lastly, I feel like someone's watching me. Again, I think that's probably me. That's how I know this is a haunted house. Dude, you're gonna stress the poor kid out. Okay, I'll go check over there myself. Don't worry, I'll protect you from back here. Dude, you're gonna send the kid? That's kind of embarrassing. If you really are a ghost, I want to help you. You got this, Nini. She crept closer and closer. There's someone there. Sebastian creeped closer, looking over Nini's shoulder. Indeed, there seemed to be the shadow of someone lying in the corner of the room, mostly hidden. A chair made of rotten wood sat in the way. Sebastian tried to pick it up and move it, but the leg instantly snapped off. He picked it up. Now I have a poking stick. Won't he be upset if we poke him? Nah, I'm sure he doesn't mind being poked. Hey. Well, in good news, he's not dead. Yay! Where? A man with white and black hair sat up rapidly, then scooted in the opposite direction of the little girl and the man with a chair leg. Hey! He's got the same hair as me, dude. I don't see that often in visual novels. You. Sebastian, don't worry, we're not here to hurt you. Except her, who knows what she'll do. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. Where am I? Well, that I don't know, but I can tell you where we aren't. I don't think this is a circus or a hospital or the aquarium. I'm pretty sure it isn't my house. Not certain on that one. Doesn't look like any school or a... Okay, just shut up. Yes, sir. Hey, what's your name? Mikhail. I'm Nini. Alright, Sebastian, Nini. What are we doing here? I don't know. I just woke up a little while ago and got her out of a box. A box? Yeah, like a packing box, duct tape shut. Do you know who put you in there? Nini shook her head. I don't remember anything. So let me get this straight. None of us remember how we got here. And now we're in some kind of... haunted house! That's what Mr. Sebastian said anyway. Fine, haunted house. Why do I feel like if I told you we were in a haunted house, you would have told me to shut up? Because I would have. Mikhail stood from the ground and brushed himself off. Okay, Sev, Nini, we need to get out of here. Where have you searched? What? I said, where have you... No, I mean, what did you call me? Yeah, where did you get Sev from? Their usual nickname for Sebastian is Seb. Sev. Isn't that your name? Well, people usually call me Sev, but I don't remember mentioning that to you. Do they know each other? Do we know each other? You wouldn't forget me if we'd met before. Look at this handsome mug. Okay, dude. Yeah, we don't know each other. I wouldn't forget someone with such a big head. Hey, Mika. Mikhail. You seem like a Mika to me. His face turned pink. Call me Mikhail or I'll use that big head of yours to open the door. Sev put his hands up in fake surrender. Fine. We tried the door, but it wouldn't budge. I don't think even my head would change it, that. Mikhail. Attention, phantoms. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the house is decimated. I beg your finest pardon. Decimated? Good luck. Good luck? That's all we're getting? No further information? A time appeared from somewhere unseen, projected onto the wall. In front of their eyes, it changed from 2 hours to 1 hour, 59 minutes remaining. What the hell? Who said that? Wasn't me. No shit, Sherlock. Sounded like it came from a speaker. Is someone watching us? You think it's some kind of pervert? No. I think it's someone that wants to see all 3 of us dead. Okay, but why? The hell did we do wrong? That seems worse. What's going on? Her large eyes blinked over and over again as if she was trying to stop herself from crying. Sev knelt down to be eye level with her. It's okay. Someone put us in here, but we're going to get out. You just have to be brave. Okay. I need you guys to think. I'm always thinking. Properly, Sebastian. What is the last thing you remember? Nini spoke up first. I was just at home. That's the last thing that I remember. Sev? I think I was in a train? No. A factory? Or was it a church? Can you be serious for just 5 minutes, please? I am being serious. It's like my memories are all fuzzy. Did you hit your head or something? I don't think so. Well, I can't really remember whether I did or not, so maybe I did? Forget it. And what about you? I was with someone. Somewhere. That's very informative, thank you. Like your recount was any better. Touché. This is going nowhere. Come on, we need to search the rest of the house. Time's already ticking. Following your lead. What's happening? Someone else? Wait. Mikhail had already moved to leave through what looked like a dark, long corridor. He paused, a look of mild annoyance on his face. What? Please don't say something stupid and waste our time. No, it's just... Aren't we missing someone? Missing someone? Like, shouldn't there be 4 of us? Why? Why? What do you know? Nothing. I don't know anything. It's just a feeling, I guess. We already searched the room. There's no one else here. No, we're definitely meant to have 4 people. Sebastian, you're starting to get on my nerves. You know what this looks like to me? Someone purposefully stalling us. And what if I am? Then I would be led to believe you're also the one who brought us here. Mikhail's body stiffened up. Well, luckily I'm not. I'm serious. I feel like we're missing someone important. Fine. Then what's their name? I don't know. Welcome to Start Again. Start Again is a story experienced across 4 routes. Using the game's flowchart menu, you can jump between the routes at any time. From time to time, you'll encounter locks in the story that require you to have information from other routes. You can return to the flowchart by pressing the flowchart button beneath the text box. Note: you cannot save and load between routes to progress in the game. Your data will not carry over. Instead, please make use of the flowchart to change routes. As you progress, more sections of the flowchart will become available to you. Good luck, and enjoy Start Again. Okay. Who is missing? The factory entrance, the church, the first carriage. Okay. Shall we start there? The rumbling came from deep within the metal beast, a sound of pure strength, of steel, of speed faster than a human could ever move. It swayed left and right, slowly, rhythmically, enough to lull one into a deep sleep. Turning a corner, it hissed, holding on desperately to the tracks laid before it. Perhaps the people inside that metal beast may have stayed soundly asleep, if not for the low, mournful dirge of the horn that echoed throughout the chambers. Sebastian opened his eyes, his head pounding to a rhythm that seemed to match the swaying of the room he was in. It's got the same, color scheme as that room we were in. His eyes passed from wall to the scenery that sped by just outside the windows, and finally, to the man who rested his head on his shoulder. Mikhail? Who is that? His hair was unruly, tousled in a way that made Sev think that he'd been asleep for some time. Unconsciously, he reached up to tame his own messy locks. The man's hair was white and black, almost perfect except for the obvious regrowth one could see from so close. It is Mikhail. Oh, it's... His head pounded harder as he stared at the man's sleeping face, an electric pain that sat behind his eyes. Mika. Mikhail! Mika, wake up! Sev held onto Mikhail's shoulders, carefully shaking him until his eyes opened drearily. It was somewhat like looking into a mirror to the past. The man named Mikhail looked first around the room, before moving on to glance outside the windows at the scenery that passed by in a blur. And lastly, his eyes went to Sebastian. He froze for a moment before wincing his eyes in pain, as if his head was throbbing just the same. Sev? Last time I checked. Sorry, I must have fallen asleep. We were... not on a train, if I remember correctly. Sure looks like we're on a train to me. Mikhail sighed before standing from his seat and looking around. Yeah, we're on a train now. But why? Usually, trains are for traveling from one place to another at a decent pace. No shit. Although, some would say that trains themselves are becoming obsolete, and there's better methods for traveling from one place to another. Alright, thanks, asshole. That's enough about trains. Mikhail forcefully covered Sev's mouth with his hand. The sound of muffled words could still be heard clearly though, which led Mikhail to believe that he was indeed still muttering about trains. Hey, shut up. Look. Letting go of his mouth, and praying the talk of forms of travel had ceased, Mikhail pulled Sev up to stand beside him, before nodding in the direction of a seat further down the carriage. A woman with incredibly light hair sat upright in a seat, her eyes still closed and her breathing steady. The two men inched closer. Her dress was a deep, dark red. Sitting as she was, she looked more like a doll than a living human. Her skin was pristine, perfect, her eyelashes long and dark. Only when Mikhail and Sev were close enough to touch her did they notice that someone else was asleep on her lap. A young girl, no older than 7 or 8, Her hair and skin were as equally as perfect and pristine as the lady she rested upon. Together like that, rather than dolls, they seemed like statues. Who are you? Automatically, Sev stood in front of Mikhail, shielding him. The woman's voice was cool and calm, but perhaps that only made it more threatening. I'm Sebastian. This is Mikhail. We woke up on a train with no idea how you got here? Yeah, you know something about that? Mikhail's voice was tinged with accusation. Mika, it's okay. The currently unnamed woman shook her head, her long hair swaying from side to side with her. Phew. I thought you might have been the one who brought me here, but doesn't seem like it after all. Her voice, which was so calm and collected only a moment before, finally relaxed and tinged with warmth. My name is Rene. She nodded toward the little girl asleep in her lap. I woke up a short while ago and found this girl crying. I'm not sure who she is. Poor thing. Then wake her up already. But it's probably important if we at least get her name. Right. Renee gently stroked the little girl's hair until her big eyes finally fluttered open. She sat up and looked at the newcomers warily, her eyes dashing from Renee back to the two unknown men as if asking if they were safe. Renee nodded to her. They look related, dude. They could be like sisters. Did you also get brought here? Brought here? I remember someone carrying me here. Well, that's not a good sign. Sev knelt down so he could be on the same eye level as the young girl. Hey, it's going to be okay. We'll work out why we're here and you can go home to your family, okay? But first, why don't you tell us your name? My name's Sebastian. You can call me Sev. That's Mikhail. You can call him Mikhail. He secretly likes it if you call him Mika. Don't tell him I told you. Mikhail looked away, a tinge of pink on his cheeks. And we just met Rene. You and Rene are friends, right? She nodded furiously. My name is Nini. Well, it's nice to meet you, Nini. You two seem to know each other pretty well. Of course. Mika and I go way back. We happened to live next to each other growing up and happened to go to the same school, happened to be in the same class every year, then happened to go to the same high school and the same college. Either he was stalking me or the universe was telling me we were meant to be friends. I'm not a stalker. Sure, the evidence points to I'm not a stalker. End of story. Alright, sure. He leaned in close to Nini, fake whispered into her ear. Careful. He might be a stalker. Ugh. Nini giggled and Rene seemed to brighten up too. Attention passengers. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the train is decimated. Again, bro? Are we being like... Oh, what's that dude called? Is this fucking Jigsaw? Good luck. Did anyone else just hear that? Decimated? What does that word mean? Well, that's... destroyed. Completely and utterly. That can't be serious. 2 hours to escape a moving train or we'll die? This isn't a movie. We're going to die? No, of course not. We're not going to die. A silence befell the group. This can't be real, can it? Just as that thought crossed Sev's mind, the carriage began to sway more heavily, wheels screeching on the tracks. What's the number on the wall? Projected on the wall was a time, the seconds ticking by. 1 hour, 57 minutes. Screw this. If we need to escape, then let's do it the easy way. I don't think that's gonna work, bud. If the easy way was possible, they wouldn't have given us 2 hours to do it. I'm just gonna be so real. In an instant, Mikhail broke the security glass on the fire extinguisher and and picked up the heavy metal object. He brought it to his side, then swung hard, smashing the window. Or at least, that's what he expected to happen. Instead, the fire extinguisher simply bounced right off the glass, not even a scratch graced its surface. So you did manage to break the glass? Then what? Are you going to jump from a moving train? Course not. I was still working out that part of the plan. The carriage is really starting to shake. I know the guy said we have 2 hours and all, but do you think there's any chance that this carriage will be decimated before then? Quite possibly. For now, I think we should take that voice seriously and play along. Then the only way forward is that door. Mikhail and Sev rushed over to the door and tried the handle. The lock clicked, not moving an inch. Anyone happen to wake up with a key in their pocket? Wouldn't that be convenient? Hey, what's this? Next to the door was a panel with a screen and a keyboard. It needs a password. Password. Of course it does. None of you signed us all up for an amnesiac escape room, right? That would be much more fun. Let's search the cabin. There must be something around. Nini, would you like to look around with me? Yes. Rene took her hand gently, and they began to search between the seats. Oh, I don't have any debts. I try not to make any enemies. Yet still I end up in a place like this. Maybe it'll be fun. Oh, maybe we're actually on a TV show, and at the end someone will jump out and say it's all a prank. Yeah, of course. Very elaborate setup for a TV show. By now the carriage had begun shaking quite violently. The noise it made was one of pure terror, of steel screeching against steel, ready to break away at any moment. Sev quickly went back to work searching, on the chairs, on the floor, on the walls, but found little of anything. Not only that, but everything was polished and clean, something you would never usually see on public transport. Was this made just for us? Hey Sev, look. Something came flying through the air, aimed directly at Sebastian's head. With instincts so honed, he moved quickly to catch it, and quite obviously missed it because his instincts weren't honed at all, and he honestly would usually prefer to sit at home in his pajamas and play video games than do anything that would hone his instincts. A bag or something hit him across the face before falling into his lap. Marshmallows? Oh, Mika, you shouldn't have. Remember that camping trip we went on in school? The one where the raccoon broke into our tent and ate all your cereal? Hey, don't laugh. I didn't get to eat any cereal that whole trip. That's what you get. Why? You should have offered the raccoon something to eat in the first place, and maybe he wouldn't have resorted to stealing. Okay, bro, sure. I don't know why I bothered asking. Anyway, why don't we toast those marshmallows? I think we're lacking a key element in roasting marshmallows. That's what you think. But take a look at this. From his pocket, Mikhail pulled out a pocket of matches. Oh, we can just light the train on fire and roast marshmallows until we're decimated then. Maybe after we escape. Good idea. I think I found something. Mikhail and Sev turned around to see the little girl. In her arms was a briefcase that looked gigantic when held by her, but regular-sized once Sev took it from her. Luckily, it opened with ease. Inside was a single newspaper clipping. 4 die in a train accident that completely decimates the area. Well, if that's not encouraging, I don't know what is. He's scared. It'll be okay. Sev here might be an idiot, but you can depend on the rest of us. That's right, Mika is so dependable. Moving on from that, there must be some kind of clue here. This is all you guys found in the entire carriage? I found marshmallows. This is all you guys found of use in the entire carriage? I believe so. I didn't find anything else. Then this is it. Let's take a look carefully. Oh no, dude. Newspaper hint. Find the 7-word code somewhere in the newspaper. You can click any letter to add it to the code. If you need another hint, click the hint button. Okay. 4 dead in train accident that decimates the area. Shortly after 4:15 p.m. on the 27th of December, A train carrying flammable materials crashed. Unfortunately, everyone on board was killed on impact. Rather than call for help, it's assumed that those on board tried to reach the engine room to stop the rampaging train. Very soon after it crashed, decimating the area. They really like the word decimating. It is believed that no one else was harmed due to the explosion. Volunteers are currently searching the area. Exactly why it crashed is still unknown. So now we know we are the only ones on this train. Somehow. And no one else is involved in the crash that decimates the area. Let me think. When we played Killer Chat, Ronan liked to use capital letters to tell us things. That's how we figured out his name. So let's try S-U-R-V-I V-E. Survive. The code is survive. Survive? Right, the first letter to every sentence. How clever. A little ironic when they're putting us through a death game, but whatever. The carriage swayed side to side, shaking as if on its last legs. Quickly, let's try the code. Sev dropped the briefcase and newspaper clipping and rushed to the door. The panel beside it stood waiting, blank, ready for the magic word that would open the way to the next carriage. Okay. Survive. Confirm. The door began slowly open with a creak, but Mikhail couldn't be that patient. With all his strength mustered, he forced the door open faster, pulling Sev, Rene, and Nini through. Just in time. Behind them, the carriage broke free from its restraints. Sparks flew around as it flipped, teetered, and rolled down the cliff that sat just beside the precariously placed track. The four stood in dread, eyes fixed on the spot that they had been standing just moments before. In its place, a sheer drop. Oh my god, dude. Did the train just? Yep, it just got... Don't say it. Decimated. Okay, one second. What's this notepad? I can make notes? Cool. Hey, she said it, not me. Nini clung tight to Rene, shaking. So, not only do we have a 2-hour limit, there's also some unknown limit on each carriage. That doesn't seem very fair. Nothing about this is fair. Why us? What did we do to deserve this? Apart from Nini, does anyone remember anything about how they got here? Nothing. I can't even remember what I was doing before this. Neither. Have they messed with our memories then? If you start questioning our memories, then where does that stop? We could have all done something bad, and this is our punishment, and we just don't remember. One of us could have been the person who put us here, and we don't remember. Hell, you and I might even be strangers, Sev. Anything could be possible. I guess so. For now, why don't we focus on getting out of here? And how exactly does moving from carriage to carriage help us with escaping? What? Do you know something we don't? No, it's not that. Then why even bother suggesting it? Mikhail, stop it! Well, it's a fuck ton more helpful than you've been, isn't it? Damn, girl. You tell him. Slowly, Sev reached down and covered Nini's ears, who was looking around the group curiously. Rene's air of sophistication, of careful, cool words had dissipated, and under it was heat, filled with anger. Do you think I want to be stuck here? No, I don't. Do you think I want to do this? Of course not. But we all watched what happened to the last carriage. Do you want to just sit around and wait for that to happen to us? Well, No. I'm so tired of this already. Nini gingerly pulled away from Sev's hands, then opened her mouth to speak. If we get to the front of the train, wouldn't there be an engine room? Or else would the conductor sit? Then can't we just turn it off? Right. Then I suggest we start looking around. Rene turned on her heels and left. I think you should apologize. Me? Why? You made her kinda upset. She's stuck here like the rest of us. Fine, whatever. Mikhail walked after her, leaving Sev alone with a curious-looking Nini. Shall we take a look around together, little lady? Nini sprung up from her place and wrapped her little arms quickly around Sev. Whoa there, is something wrong? Mr. Sebastian, are you scared? Just call me Sev, not that old, you know. And yeah, I am. Don't tell Mikhail though, he might laugh at me. How can you be scared but still keep going? Because there's no other choice. When you're scared, do you want to run away? To curl up in a ball and cry? Yes, I'm much weaker than you. No, I feel the same. You're a weak scaredy cat too? Ouch. That's right. You know, true strength isn't not being scared. It's being scared but persevering. And you're persevering. That's so true. You're strong, and we'll get out of here. All four of us. Together. I'm a little unsure of that, because she wasn't in that house. Which makes me a bit concerned. Thank you, Sevi. Sevi? That's a new one. Why do you go by Sev, not Seb, though? It sounds cooler. Maybe your full name is actually Sebastian. Now that would strike fear into the hearts of my enemies. You have enemies? Oh, no, it's just... Could they have brought us here? She's too pure. She's so cute, dude. Maybe. Guess we better stay on our toes, huh? Sevi? Mika's your friend and not your enemy, right? Yeah, we've always been friends. Where did you two meet? Oh, that's easy. Sebastian's head throbbed once again, the pain running down to his ears and neck. We met. Where was it again? Mikhail and I. Are you okay? Ah, I'm sorry, we met in school. Hey Sev, Nini, come here. What is it? We searched the rest of the carriage, but all we found was this closed door. When we turned back around, the door was open. The room was small and inside was dark. There looked to be enough room for a single person to stand in there. You sure it's not a toilet? Why, you need to go? Not really. You want to go together? Shut up and stop being weird. As they bickered back and forth, Sev with a smile on his face and Mikhail with an angry blush, a screen turned on within the room. I'll take a look. Hey, wait! As soon as Sev stepped into the room, the door slid shut behind him and locked with a click. Oh, shit. He banged his fists against the door, no response. Pulled on the handle, nothing. Then, it has to be this. My secret skill. Took a few steps back, quite literally 2 steps, considering the size of the room, and stared dead on at the door. You're done. Before running at the door at full speed. Guess that didn't work either. All it did was make his entire body ache. Let's take a look at the screen then, shall we? Huh, looks like there's questions on there. What's your favorite food? What the hell? Is there some kind of pervert running this thing? Just want to use the chance to get to know me, huh? Start with an easy question and start asking me about where I live and what I'm wearing and that kind of thing? Fine, I'll play along. Do I need to know this, dude? Or is it just a quiz? I don't know what to, I guess for now we'll just put random answers. Pizza. Hat. 5. 2. As Zev typed in his final answer, the screen went black and the door finally slid open. Enjoy, pervert. Light poured into the dark room, stinging his eyes. Phew. Are you okay? Did they do anything bad to you in there? Did they probe you? Hey, why do you know about probing? Hey, little girls shouldn't know about probing. I'm fine, I just got asked some questions. Where's Mika? Mikhail stood a distance away, looking out a window quietly. Did something happen? Rene looked away, unsure what to say. Look there. Nini pointed to the wall where a panel had slid away to reveal a monitor. We had to answer questions about you. Oh, so that's what happened. Well, lucky I went in then, huh? You had Mika's self-proclaimed Sebastian stalker to answer them for you. Actually, when the door first closed, I tried my special trick. Want to know what that is? Every glass door I've owned, I've accidentally ran through. I thought maybe my ability to break doors would work here, but it was no good. Is everything alright? I couldn't answer a single one. Wait, not even one? I mean, I guess I could understand if you messed up one or two, but... no need to feel bad. This is stressful for us, right? Your brain's probably switched off or something. More than usual, that is. When Mikhail would usually react to Seb's poorly timed joke, he looked away. I guess so. Let me... Mika, you go in. I'll handle the answers, okay? Seb looked up to the remaining time. 1 hour 20 minutes remained. The carriage had already begun to sway and shake. Door. The door shut behind Mikhail as he walked into the room. For some reason, at that moment, his back seemed especially small and fragile. Are you worried about him, Sevi? He'll be alright. He always is. I have his back. He's lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have him. Here we go. He started answering the questions, look. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, dude, how the hell should I know? Maybe we need to go to the other, maybe the other thingies? Mikhail's middle name? Oh shit, I don't know, dude. Eli? The color had long drained out of Sev's face. The other, flowchart things is what I was trying to say. It was as if the answers were there, somewhere, rattling around in his brain, but he couldn't quite grasp them. Or were they never there in the first place? Hell, you and I might even be strangers, Sev. Sebastian? Ah. At some point, the door had slid open, and Mikhail had stepped out. Seeing the look on Sev's face, couldn't help but feel disappointed. It's like my memories are all fuzzy. The numbers say 1 hour left. We're running out of time. Nini, listen to me. I want you to go in there and answer those questions as simply as possible, okay? But what if I don't know how to spell something? You'll be okay. You're a smart girl. Just try your best. I can't ask any more of you than that. Okay. Before anyone could argue, Rene had already guided Nini to the room, and the door had slid shut behind her. One by one, the questions started popping up on the screen. Rene considered each carefully, taking her time to answer each attentively. Minutes later, the door to the room slid open for the final time, and Nini bounded out. Did I do okay? Renee smiled warmly, gently stroking her hair. You did fantastically. Look, the screen's changed. On it was a single, simple word. Live. Live? I would say that's our code to continue. Sev, will you do the honor? Yeah. Quickly, the group approached the door, and Sev poised his fingers above the keypad. Survive and live. Interesting. The door opened wide with a groan, much faster than the last one. Nini and Rene led the way, and Sev followed after them. Mika? Sorry. There's nothing to... Before he could finish his sentence, the ground below Mikhail let out a roar as it began to rip away from the rest of the terrain. Mikhail! I recorded for, I think, way too long this time. The story is very interesting. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourself, and as always, I will see you in the next one.